What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the drone show. I got a different one for you today. It's not different necessarily in we're sharpening or something, but I'm going to work on a Deba. I don't know if these have long E's or or, how you pronounce these things, but I'll just call it a Deba. It's a single bevel knife. This is that cheap one. That's that brand that I like to give out to you guys when you win knives, which is going to change, by the way. As the more we grow here, they're going to get better. But these are good knives, honestly, for what they are. They're stainless steel. They're 420J, but I found they sharpen up incredibly well. Their price point, like I mentioned to you before, that I get them on TJ Maxx racks and at Home Goods and stuff like that for like $9. I actually got this one on Amazon for $14. I'll show you a close up here real quick. There it is. These are actually Japan-made Seki City. So you're getting, I mean, it's a decent knife, right? It's just not super top notch. As you can see here, let me do this maybe. I've got some 220, oh, I gotta get used to that. Let me go the other way here. 220 grit scratches from whenever I did the removal of this area here. So this area here had like it's a cheap, I'll go get one to show you. It had like a cheap stainless steel, it's been stamped whatever kind of pattern on it. And I first did this on this Yanagaba, which was one of the first ones I got to practice Yanagaba sharpening on. You can see it right there on the back. It's got a deep kind of grayish color. Yeah, it's kind of ribbed too. It's just machine marks, right? You might be able to see a piece of it. Because I haven't finished this one either. Piece of it on the tip here, but as you can see, this one, I turned all of that into a nice shiny little Yanagi. But yeah, we're gonna do the same thing with this guy. And I got all those removed, like I said, on this one. And we're right now currently at 220 grit scratches, which is where I left it. I use the Sun Tiger, which is this guy right, y'all. Let's put it in the GoPro, make it life easier, right? That's the Sun Tiger GC220. Man, I got a new light in here, and that thing is wicked bright, by the way. That is insanity. So we're going to do the same thing to this. I'm going to use my Chosera 400, and then I'm going to give a go with the FSK 1000. Yeah, I'm interested in using that stone some more. I unfortunately haven't used it a lot. I used it the other day to sharpen one of my kitchen knives, the Damascus one, in fact. I really, really like that thing. So I'm going to do a couple more videos with it before I send it back to Matt, who's been gracious enough to let me try it out. So I really appreciate that. I do have an NSK Kogyo stone coming that I'll also do a demo of. It's the 800. So we'll give that a whirl and I'll compare it to that, which I'm sure, you know, there's no comparison, or if they're comparable, they're like the same, right? They're both high quality Japanese made. One's resin bonded, one's vitrified. Anyway, so we got the giveaway coming up on Wednesday. It's another Altstone giveaway. Make certain that you are subscribed to this channel. Make certain that you have left a comment in the last week and a half now on any of the videos in the last week and a half, because that's the pool that I draw from for these giveaways, right? And I'll pull it from the list of commenters. So, you know, don't comment like bullshit, but but like if you have multiple comments, that's multiple entries. So yeah, I mean, just visit visit Altstone's Amazon store. You don't have to buy anything, but you may find something you like there. I've mentioned that a million times. It's Altways LLC, and they were gracious enough to give us these stones to give away to you guys. Humberto from NYC Knife Sharpening, he got himself a couple the other day, and he did a video, and he absolutely loved them. He asked a recommendation because he wanted to know about, he was working on some harder knives and he didn't have his entire kit with him. Wanted to know if there was something that was travel friendly that he could take with him. What I recommended, he was wanting to do a diamond. I said, try that Altstone 300. He did, and he is impressed, and he can vouch for it. So other than that, guys, hope you guys' weekend's been good. We're going to get right to work on this thing. So I'll show you kind of like the idea behind it here. Hopefully you like that intro too. I'm going to start working on doing a little more cinematic things and doing more videos with substance as opposed to just me coming on in, talking and talking your ear off and annoying you till I get to this part. That's what my wife would say. But I'm also, good news is I'm going to be doing videos for Altstone or Altways for their actual product. I'm going to make official videos. So if any of you guys out there are video editors too, or know of a video editor, let me know, because I wouldn't mind paying someone to help and do an official professional edit, right? I can do decent, as you saw here, but I'm not any like big time video editor. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this going. Yapped enough here for you. So on a single bevel knife, you have a flat, well, it's almost flat. I'll just say it for now. You have a flat backside, and then you have your bevel on this side, okay? So this is the shinogi, right? The shinogi line. So this surface here is the surface we're working on. And if you can kind of see there, you can, that sucks. I don't mean to do that. You can see that wedge pattern, right? It's kind of like a chisel, you know, so to speak. So you got that right there. It goes to a wedge to form the bevel, and it's flat on the back. So you got the shinogi line here, and this again is a cheap stainless knife. If this were my, and I'll do it one day on my Tojiro Shirogami. It's cladded, right? It's a Shirogami cladded Inagaba. It's also a single bevel. It looks a little different, right? Because this is mono steel. This isn't cladded or anything. This is all just one piece. So it's not exactly the same. But for now, we'll just pretend that it is. They've made differences in the metal, as you can see here. So you got this like little gray line, and you got this line here. But see, this is called a shinogi. This is back here, this little concave area, because this is it's like a dish. I'm exaggerating it, but this doesn't touch the surfaces. You can see these lines that are on the outside here, right? So this is called the urasaki. And then the outer area that actually meets the stone is called the uraoshi. So the way that this works is if you've ever sharpened anything like a chisel or anything with a single bevel, what you do is when you sharpen them, right? You sharpen them and then you get a burr, right? The burr is going to form on this side. You lay it flat and you wipe it off. I say wipe it off, but you know, you sharpen like this. So it sharpens this, but you don't want to do it so much that you wear this all the way into the center and make this meet, because then you got a flat backside. That's not good. You don't want that. That's not the way these are designed to work. So yeah, we're going to focus here on the shinogi line, which is from here down. So get your stones ready, right? You place your stone on here, or stone, place your knife on the stone, and you put pressure like that. See how I moved it? It's rocking. That's because it's now sitting on that bevel, right? So we're going to put our pressure equivalent to these areas. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to put it back here. As you can see, I'm pressing down. Now that's lifted that up, and you just sharpen, quote, like normal. Again, this is my Chosera 400. This has that chalky kind of feel to it. Sound, I love it. Then we'll go ahead and just move. You don't have to do any like crazy number of strokes like, you know, like I do with the other stuff, or like say, oh my, I have to make sure that I do 10 strokes or 20 strokes or whatever. It's good to keep it uniform, right? You don't want to have 30 in one place and 15 in another. It might look silly, but yeah, I mean, uniforms can, but you don't have to be like, oh, I have to be exactly 12.2 strokes in the center, and I have to be 13.7 on the tip. I love this stone sound. This is going to drive me nuts, by the way. It's moving, and I don't have that secured, so I apologize. I'm going to slow it down a little bit just so it doesn't make that sound. The other video, the last video too, with the that Neo. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that thing was rocking and hitting the freaking thing, making noise. I edited the video. It was like it was striking a nerve in the back of my eye every time it would hit. I'm gonna have to fix that, by the way. So here we are with our first set of passes. I'm gonna wipe that off real quick. So already that's taken out those 220 grit scratches quite significantly. You might be able to see that. Don't know. Give me 1 second to try and do something here to fix this real quick. I may put on these little rubber pieces just to try and cushion it at least. Actually, I got more over here. Let's do it this way. It's just more for video aesthetics, you know. So it's not clang, clang, clang. It would drive me nuts watching a video that does that, so I'm sorry, guys. Alright, let's get back on it. Start on the back again. This is the last day of spring break official. For me, anyway. Go back to work tomorrow. I don't want to do it. Tomorrow's St. Patty's Day, too. Anybody wearing green, or do you guys enjoy getting pinched? Pinch that ass. Sorry. That's what I tell my wife all the time. So you better wear green, I'm going to pinch that ass. Then I do it anyway. She just can't win with me. Man, this thing is really making short work of this. But I mean, it's a Chosera, right? The Chosera 400 is known to be extremely good. I actually had to get a different one. I had let someone borrow my Chosera, and whenever he brought it back, it actually dropped right in front of me into like 4 or 5 pieces, 3 or 4 pieces. I don't remember exactly how many. It was more than what it should have been, which was 1. Man, oh, sick. So sick. I don't like to loan my stones out anymore to people that are just going to treat them like garbage, you know? It's alright, you live and you learn. And plus I got this one. This is an actual Japanese market version. So this one is not a US market. This came from Amazon Japan. And I got it for like, I don't know, I think 47 bucks. Can't beat that. That's shipped, by the way. Oh man, you guys are going to love the new knife I got coming too. It's a Nakura Homono. It's a curved backed bunka. It's made in blue steel, blue number 2, Aogami 2. It's beautiful. A Korochi finish. There's a video of the actual blacksmith. It's 3 family members that do it. Same one that's the current master. Has been doing it since high school, and he's like 187 years old or something now. I'm kidding, of course, but he's an older guy. His son's gonna take over. It's really cool. But it's a family-run smith, which I guess most of them are. You know, I mean, there's some bigger ones that aren't. But yeah, when I get it, first thing I'm gonna do is go over it, put it through some paces. Super cool. It comes with an Amakusa stone. So the price that is the knife includes the Amakusa, and it's like the one about the size of the one I gave away. And the price is like, was holy crap. It was like, and this again was shipped to the United States, right? Was and no tax, 119 bucks. That's with an Amakusa. So you get a Japanese natural stone. Hey, there's my dogs. it's always fun. I'll have to cut this here. Oh, that's Amazon. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. Amazon dropped off my replacement Atoma 400 plate. Okay. We got a massive burr back here, of course. So I'm going to give it just a few more strokes. But yeah, 119 bucks. I'll pop up a picture up here real quick and so you guys can see what it looks like. Forgot about this. Ah. But yeah, that's a beautiful bunka. I may get rid of that Hatsukokoro one that I fixed if anyone might be interested in that. I'm thinking about opening an Etsy shop. Because, you know, I was talking to Travis at Elmdahl Designs. Again, you guys got to check them out. He's like, that's what you should do. You should open up an Etsy shop and sell stuff that you're getting rid of and whatnot. Because I just sit on a lot of stuff sometimes, you know. But if any of you guys would be interested in some overflow stones or, you know, knives I'm going to get rid of and things like that, I'm going to put them up there for what I got in them. So it's not like I'm trying to make a killing or something. Whatever the price is what I pay for it. If I put it up there for free shipping, I'll basically have the price of shipping worked into it. Just FYI, so understand that. So if something is normally, you know, $40 and I have it listed for $38 and it's used or whatever, it's because I got shipping built in that. I don't know. I have to just look into it and see. All right. So I'm pretty comfortable with how that looks and satisfied with how that looks. So we've got some 400 grit scratches now. See if you can kind of see that some. It's not as rough, clearly. But now, what we do here is we take the Uraoshi, and you don't put a ton of pressure on here, right? This is just kind of a rest your hand thing, maybe gentle pressure, and you just go back and forth. You need to make certain 100% of the time, and it's okay to go slow, right? You have to make sure 100% of the time that this does not move like this, or any other way. You'll completely wreck that whole thing. I mean, it's not that you can't fix it, but once you get in the concave area, the Urasuki, yeah, you're pretty much toasting. Unless you have access to a belt grinder with a hollow grind wheel, where you can put a concave on it again. What I like to do is this hold here that I'm doing. So I got these fingers wrapped around the actual handle, 2 fingers here, thumb on the spine, on the heel back here basically, and then this hand over here kind of stabilizing. Then you just, and again, I'm not putting any kind of crazy pressure. Okay, and with that, you're basically done. So that did bring a burr back up on this side. If you wanted to, you could go real quick here, because whenever you sharpen it, you put it like we were doing with the sharpening of the Shinogi line, then you literally just raise it up a hair, you know, for a micro bevel. In this case, I'll just knock off that burr, and it is gone. Okay, I'm going to move on to our FSK now. It's not that hard doing the single bevels. It's kind of intimidating at first, because if you're used to traditional sharpening, it is an unknown, right? And I get it. When I first did it too, I was like, ooh, I don't know about all that, you know? But I did it. You just got to jump in with 2 feet. I let a lot of things in life scare me from doing things I want to do. I regretted it, but I'm making up for it. It's like this YouTube thing. I didn't know what was going to happen. But because of you guys, whom I appreciate so very much, which is why I like to keep giving back to you. Yeah, I just really appreciate you. And that's why I was going to say, once I show you this, well, you saw the picture already, but when you see the bunka in person, in the video, I think that is what I'm going to give away at 1,000 subs. All right, we got our FSK 1000 grit. Use some distilled water there. Don't think that's necessary, but I did it just because. And let's do it. Same thing, just same process, nothing different, just different grit. Yeah, if you guys would like to have one of those, because honestly, after using that Damascus one a little bit, it's not the worst knife in the world, but I wasn't as impressed with it as I should be, especially because, like I said, their listed price that was on sale, which it seems to be perpetually on sale, was $300 and something. No way. The problems I found with that thing, $300, nope. I would have immediately sent it back. But, you know, 87 bucks. And doing what I do, that's not a problem at all. It is indeed carbon steel, though. I can promise you that, because I got some patina after cutting some carrots the other day. And, you know, I thinned it. So, after thinning it and sharpening it up pretty good, I mean, it cuts pretty good now. Just like that bunka, that Hutsuls. But you should not have to put that much work into a new knife, unless you buy it knowing you need to put in that much work. You know, that's a different story. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to use soap and water, the soapy solution. It helps with swarf. By the way, in case you didn't know, I'm sure a lot of you do. Oh my god, that thing is super good. If you have an Atoma diamond plate, and number one, if you have a you know, one that doesn't have anything on the backside, which most of them you buy don't, you can buy these all day long. So I don't know if you knew this or not, but they're actually replaceable. So whenever you get, come on, this thing's always harder than hell to get out of here. Rah. There we go. So as you can see here, this is literally just the diamond plate part, right? It's got an adhesive backing on it. I got this for $35. That's a 400 grit. I already have a 400 grit, but here's what I did. I'll show you. I know I'm stopping in the middle of this. I'm sorry, guys. But I thought I wanted this is important. I wanted to do this the other day. So this is my Atoma 400, okay? You'll notice here, I got it marked with 140. I took a 140 plate, just like that 400 I just got, and I put it on the back. So I got the Atoma 140, I got the Atoma 400. This is an Atoma 1200, okay? That's the actual grit side. I don't know if you can see the smaller dots, whatever, but it's got a blank side. Now I can take that 400 and I can put it on the back here, but what I'm going to do is just save it because I like this flat surface, because I used it to check how true my stones are by putting them against the surface, because these are true flat. Putting it against the surface and looking for light. It's a pretty handy way to do that without using like a straight edge, if you don't have a straight edge handy or something, because most of us have an Atoma plate or something similar, you know, close by. We just use that to check how true it is, you know. All right, got some styrofoam on there. Okay, let's get this. Don't need to put that much on it, but I'm going to. So this is a soapy solution. It's just Dawn dish soap mixed with water. Whenever you're using diamond stones, like resin bonded diamond or in this case, this vitrified diamond, it's actually a good idea to use that because it's super duper slick. Man, I got that shit on my atoma. It's not a hematoma. Makes it slick, swarf doesn't stick, and it doesn't really in this stone anyway. But we're gonna go ahead now. We'll see how that feels. Actually feels better. Man, these FSKs are just something else. They just cut, I think, just for the sake of cutting. Look at all that bubbling up and all that metal swarf. This is one of the knives that I first did my little file trick on the tip there when I showed the other day about taking down that has a gouge. This thing was like freaking curved inwards like an eagle talon, it seemed like. And it dug a gigantic gouge in my Sun Tiger GC220 when I was first doing it. I was like, man, I can't have that. So that's whenever I got the old file out, went flat on it, and no more eagle claw. Yeah, that's doing significant work to the shinogi. Shinogi. It doesn't really have a shinogi, but you know what I'm saying. Where a shinogi traditionally should be. I'll grab my Yanagaba here in a minute after this. I'll show you how it's supposed to look. And this looks the part, but it's just a mask. Because it's just one piece of mono steel. But for $14, I'll be honest with you, as a Deba, I mean, I'm gonna use this thing. It's thick. It's designed for, you know, getting in there and getting bones and stuff. Okay. Oh yeah. Once we start moving into the other polishing stages, which I'll show you guys, and not today, but I'll continue this. I promise I won't get it into fighting shape without showing you each of the steps. But once you get into the polishing stones, like these things are amazing. This is a King. It's a smaller guy, right? As you can see the size comparison. It's a King 4000. It's the S45. I paid $16 for this like years ago. And they're the same price I think now. This thing puts a mirror on an edge like you wouldn't believe. One of the guys that I talked to on Reddit, he actually won the Conical giveaway. He just got the 6000, which is the same as like the King KDS combo. You can also buy up 6000 by itself. He goes, oh my God, I didn't know they did mirrors like that. Yeah, they make these things shine. That's what did that Yanagawa. So you can see where we're headed with it. So we're getting there, but they got the little streaks and stuff. And this one still does too, because I need to go higher than the 4000. That's what that one is on the Yanagawa. There is 4000 grit. So yeah, got a little ways to go, but that's where polishing stones like that really come into play. And that's what those King high grit stones are. They're excellent polishers. This should be it. And then I'm gonna do the Uroshi. Then I'm gonna do a quick cut test because we'll be at 1000 grit because I'm gonna do the edge a little bit. And it won't take long, you'll see. I'm excited about making these videos for Altstone. Okay. You can actually see a spot I missed back here, so I'm going to hit that real fast. It's less uniform than the rest of it. It's not bad, but I'm going to go ahead and get it real quick. And it's easy to do because if you see what I'm doing here with my thumb, because of this knife not being very well balanced anyway. Again, it's $14, right? I'm not expecting perfection, so I'm not going to fault it for that. But because it's not very even yet, when I'm done with this, it will be. Just got to focus the pressure on that spot. And just like that, we Gucci, baby. Okay. All right, we'll do the Uroshi. Again, just light pressure. Completely flat. You don't have to do a bunch either because that thing's wanting to suction. Alright, so that should be good. We're good there. We essentially flip the burr. Okay. Now I'm going to work the edge just for a second, and then we'll be good. So we set the knife, hit the bevel, the Shinogi line bevel, and then up just a hair. Okay. Believe it or not, that should do it. Okay, I'm going to quick little swipe. Rinse this guy off. And we'll do a little cut test. I'm going to set this over my sink. Let it drain. Wipe the knife off. And give it some fresh, clean water. And again, before I flip it over to the other camera, I'm going to show you like just how thick this thing is. She thick, yo. I mean, that's pretty thick. If you look at my fingers just holding on next to it, this is no slouch for a cheap little knife, right? So, she a bad mamma jamma. How long is this video? That's not terrible at all, especially whenever I went ahead and cut out the part where Amazon delivered my shiz. All right, 1000 grit FSK after the 400 grit Chosera. Just listen to it here, just single bevel. Really rough, and I expect that because I'm nowhere near done. But as a little treat, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna grab this strop. This is my Hutsuls. So I'm just gonna doing this different. And we'll go over to the side that I treated with the Richmond diamond spray. Okay, I know that was different, but that's these single bevels. Technically, I don't really ever strop them, but this metal is stubborn. It hangs on to burrs like you wouldn't believe. All right, same piece of paper. Let's see if there's a difference. I'm so proud of myself. I love it. I don't even have to look, and I know what's going on. Let's listen again. Oop, I tore that at the end, but whoop. Whoops, come on, you piece of poo. You made me look bad. Let's see if it'll push cut. I mean, this is a thick baby, so I don't know. It'll definitely tear cut for sure. Oh yeah, it tears all the way, baby. I mean, it did it. Oh, I was doing it there and I just pulled off. Yeah, and I'm nowhere near done. Like I said, when I'm done with this, this thing is gonna be a freaking razor. I'll put up a picture to show you what this Shinogi line we're working on looks like, and give you another look here real quick just so you can see it this way, if you can see it. Let me turn off this screaming light up here so you can see how the imperfections are there. It's got some weird artifacts, and that's just the scratch marks getting removed. So that's where we're at with 1,000. So once we move up now to, I'm going to do the 3,000 alt stone, and then I'll hit it with the 4,000 king, the 6,000 king, probably the alt stone 8,000, and the alt stone Ren 10,000. So we'll see this baby shine up. All right, appreciate you guys watching. Remember, enter into that giveaway. You got 3 days. So comment on any video from the last week and a half and today's video, and be a subscriber to the channel, and go check out Altways LLC on Amazon. They're the ones providing these things for us. They're sponsoring this. It's the least we can do for them. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys. I went English for a second. Appreciate you all tuning in and stuff. Man, I really appreciate it. I can't say it enough. Without you guys, I wouldn't have anything. So thank you so much again, and I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday when we announce that winner. Peace, guys. Love y'all.